What's up, nerds? What's up, nerds? Goz Master here with another Magic the Gathering puzzle quest. Today's quest, Elesh Norn, Mom, Mother of Machines. Mother, won't you take not to my word? Not to hear my word, what they mean, what they say, Mama. Okay, that's enough of that. Elesh Norn, Mother of Machines, 15 mana, legendary white, vigilance 4/7, creature Phyrexian Praetor. Okay, tiny text, let's go boomer. We interrupt this program to bring you a promotion by me. I want to get to 1,000 subs, so if you're not already a subscriber, I'll make you a deal. If I make you even slightly giggle or you find any of the information useful in this video, hit the subscribe button below, get us into the Discord. You don't have to chat or do anything. You can turn off notifications if you like. We're just trying to get to 1,000 subs so we can monetize the channel and maybe, just maybe, get me some free VIP. How about that? Is that bad? What are you talking about? Let's do the thing. Come on, do the thing. Okay. When you cast a creature card, if it doesn't have the machinery emblem, create a copy of that card in your hand. That copy's power and toughness are debuffed into a 0/1 and it gains the machinery emblem and full mana. When you cast a support card, if it doesn't have the machinery emblem, create a copy of that card in your hand. That copy gains the machinery emblem and full mana. At the beginning of your opponent's turn, increase the cost of spell cards in your opponent's hand by 5 until end of turn. Just spell cards, not all cards. All right, so a couple of different things here. When I first read this, I thought, oh my goodness, depending on how the cards come out and what happens, this could be an absolutely busted card. However, it isn't completely broken. It's handy and it's fun, but I haven't quite gotten the right mixture yet. Let me kind of explain how this works. You cast a card, there's a check. Does this card have the machinery emblem? If it doesn't, hits the board, you then get a duplicate of that card. This new card gets the machinery emblem. That card then gets cast, and you have this creature that's basically reinforced, except that it's a 0/1, right? In addition to that. So instead of a 4/7, we'd have a 4/8 in Mama's case. Here's the challenge. Every time we cast another card, that check doesn't happen until the card is actually on the board. So now that that card has the emblem, it will not duplicate it. My thought was every time you cast a card, it checks it before it resolves on the board. It's not. The check happens after it resolves. That's a bit of a bummer because I didn't think it was overpowered so much so that if it just checked during casting or before it hit the board and was completely resolved, that we would just get a duplicate every single turn and it would go that route every time we cast it. It does not work that way, my friends. However, supports, same thing. However, you still get the full effects of that card coming into play, and then just every turn after that you cast it, it doesn't happen again. So here's the bottom line to understand about this. Once a card, a permanent that's on board, has the machinery emblem, it no longer triggers Norn's ability. So at face value, you get to do it one turn or one time, and that's it. That's pretty lame. So much so that it makes it, if there weren't workarounds in standard right now, it would make it kind of a worthless card, to be honest with you. Not worth the 15 mana. There are much better spots in white. Phyrexian Vindicator, of course, Faithbound Judge, etc., that are much better in that spot. However, there are some shenanigans we can pull that actually make it interesting. So let's get into those. Here's the build for my peasant build. Of course, we got Mama. We got Flame Shadow Conjuring. Now, this is important because none of the creatures we're going to be using have haste. The other thing that it does is it gives them bulletproof. It makes them prevent damage, essentially. Rob the archive, so then those creatures that do get bulletproof, we can hit them with casualty and be able to cast this again. This is a really good card in this build. I want to introduce you to Stan Paranoid Partisan. 10 mana, legendary, 2/2, rare. When this creature enters the battlefield, reduce the cost of all cards in your hand by 3. You get a secondary one. That means you're reducing costs by 6. Each time you do this. Activate 3 white or blue, exile this card, and then return to the battlefield under your control with its reinforcements so it comes back bigger. But when it comes back, not only do you get the trigger effect of all the stuff in your hand gets cost 3 less, that's permanent, that's not till end of turn, it just permanently costs 3 less, is it loses the machinery emblem. Aha! You see where I'm going with this. Danitha Benalia's Hope, 17 mana, lifelink, bravery, legendary, first strike, blocking, 4/4, human knight. When this creature enters the battlefield, pick one of the first 4 equipments or aura cards from your library, fetch that card, it gains full mana. The card I decided to go with here is Ossification, and I'll show you why in the next build why I went with this one. But it's 10 mana, it's an enchantment aura, essentially the biggest costing card on their side, non-targeted removal, I get to take it away from them. and I fetch that every single time I bring Danitha out. Danitha hits the board, I get a duplicate of her, I get another one of these, so I get 2 ossifications, so I can deal with 2 cards in their turn. I've really been messing with this, trying to find the right combination. I have experimented with every type of creature that you can think of in build for this card. And the only ones I haven't really experimented with are white-green. I haven't messed with green so much. So I'll probably start experimenting with that. In the Discord, join the Discord. I'll be posting all of the deck builds that I have for this. I have a ton of them that I'm experimenting with, but they're not just quite right yet. Against All Odds is a great card. 8 mana, you may exile target creature you control. If you do, immediately return it to the battlefield under your control. With its reinforcements, return the first non-spell creature artifact card with mana value 11 or less from your graveyard to play under your control, so it brings some of the other stuff back. But in addition to that, Flame Shadow Conjuring on board, you give that creature haste and bulletproof. It allows us to do the things. We can use Cut Our Losses a couple of times, Ride of Flame to get some extra mana, and Broker's Charm to keep their stuff off the board and have a little removal. Let's go ahead and give this a swing and a dare. All right, heal. Good boy. Sargon. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get... Actually, what we really want to get is Flame Shadow Conjuring on the board, but we want to wait a second. Ooh, I don't even mind getting a Rob of the Archives going. Let's actually do that. I want to draw into the cards that we need. Red. Get that cast, get some Danitha, cut your losses, no mana gain, but that's all right. All right. Now, typically what you do is you'd use your cut your losses to go fuel your stuff. We ain't going to do that. What we want to do is we want to actually try to get all of our stuff down here and get Sten on the board. Yeah, we got to go blue here in the red. Boom, boom. Not enough, but we have that on the board. Okay. Now we want to cast some Fangs. Let's do this. Maybe I get a black or a red match. Nope, that's okay. We both pushed. All right, Rite of Flame, good. So I actually, well, Rite of Flame is going to be free, so I don't need to push anything. So I'm going to get a free deal here. Let's go ahead and go here. Boom. Let's get him on the board. Rite of Flame costs nothing, which then triggers my Cut Your Losses. But now because he's bulletproof and he has 2 power or more, I get a double Cut Your Losses. Synergy! And then my Danitha hits the board. Bam! We get Danitha to trigger. We go get some ossification. And it hits the board, but it doesn't matter because we're trying to draw some cards. And look at that Shuffler. Shuffler is fine. Let's go ahead and we'll do this. We'll do another ossification, confirm, because it'll thin the deck a bit. And then we should start to see some of our Momma. I mean, we did all of that without Momma. Imagine it doubled with Momma on the board. Now, the reason I like... Oh, there she is. What's up, moms? The reason I really like Narset is because I can use her secondary ability to draw some cards in the hand. Boom, boom, boom. I got 3 cards. Yang, bang. Let's go. Actually, we want to do this there. So, walk you through my stuff. Sten's going to make my stuff cost less. Rob the Archives is going to allow me to do some shenanigans. I actually want to do this. I'll have Elesh Norn up higher, and I'll have Ossification back, because I don't really need to cast that. That'll be a freebie, but I'll take it anyways. I have the 5 swap. I'm going to go ahead and get Stenny on the board. He makes everything cost 3 less. And I might have, should have, could have tried to get Elesh Norn on the board first. That probably would have been smarter, but whatever. Don't judge me. No judgy. White here. That should allow me to get Stenny to flip. Makes everything cheaper, right? Look at that. Look at that. Just beautimous. Now we got Norn. Now she's got that effect. We've got a creature that's going to be hitting the board. I don't know what it is. Now, Rob the Archives. I can go ahead and hit her because she's bulletproof. Do you understand? Casualty will not kill them. That's as played. I don't want to hear any business about, this was broken, you're not doing it right, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to go ahead and hit Stenny Boy here with Against All Odds so I can make stuff cost less in hand. And hopefully as a result I get to play more stuff. And now because he's not being cast, he doesn't get the machine emblem. It's only when you cast a card from hand. There you go. Bigger, bigger. Creature, creature. Bam, bam. Now, the only creature with the emblem right now is Norn. So if I cast another Mom, she's not going to get a duplicate of herself. So when we cast this next Against All Odds, we're going to be doing that against them. Do they have anything on the board? Are you going to do anything, Greg? Base. Let's go here. Let's see what we got. Well, he's having a turn. Here we go. Here, return all my stuff to hand. Oh, and I'm playing in Legacy too, so let's see if we can beat some Legacy. And that may be... Boom, boom, boom. Have to take it next turn. Okay, so here, let's see. We're going to go ahead and cut your losses in a Danitha. We're going to get this into a black drop, get some blue conversion, and not make enough conversion. Nothing more frustrating than when you save up to make a blue tidal wave with cut your losses and it don't do anything for you. All right, so we got Flame Shadow. We don't need that. Let's eat that. Against all odds at the bottom. Worry about casting that after. We don't need 2 Danithas here. Let's go ahead and use our secondary ability. Yeet that against all odds. Throw a couple of... do a little bit of damage at their octopi. See if we can get all these to convert. I don't know if we can match enough blue here to get this done. No. Nope. All right, so we're going to get this out now. We already have a Flame Shadow on the board. We don't need another one. All right, do we get enough blue match here? All right. Not quite. Needed one more to go off. But we have bulletproof, so now we can actually do damage to them. Let's see what we got. All right, so we got to start moving here. All right, finally, there he is. Look at that. It's only been forever. All right, so let's see what this deck can do when we start doing some things. We don't need 2 of them on the back end. We don't need 3 of them, I should say. We'll use 2 of them. Yeah, there we go. So that's going to start. It starts a cascade really quickly because it starts reducing cards in hand, especially with Mom on the board, and it just basically starts going from there. Now that they have bulletproof, I can rob the archives at them, so we'll go there. Go hit Danitha, and then we get another casting of that against all odds. So we can take anything with an emblem and redo it. We definitely want to go after Stenny Boy here. So that we get more discounts. He gets all of his stuff back to him. He loses the emblems. We get all of the abilities again. We're going to go ahead and bring out Ossification. Get rid of their octopi. Ossify their octopi. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about. You're a man about town. Hey now! And we're going to go ahead and do another one there. Danitha. Why not? Let's ossify more ossifies. Their octopi is already gone, but we're going to ossify anything else they'd have creature-wise, or if they have any vanguards. It does not hit supports, though. That's the one thing. All right, so clearly we're in control here. It took us a minute to stabilize. We took a bit of damage, but, I mean, what do you want? It's pretty control here from here at this point out. Short of them having a board wipe, which I doubt Sarkin's running. All right, so that relaunches Sten. Allows us to be able to reduce the cost of cards in hand. And we just start going ham again. Just draw, go, do the thing, do some more things. There's Broker's Charm again. I forgot I had Broker's Charm. I just said that. And that's what's allowing us to draw and do some more damage. It's a little bit slower. It's not like running this with Dakin, who can use his 3rd, and then you wind up having a nice little kill at the end. You can end games a little bit quicker. This is definitely control in that you're looking to just control their threats. There's not much haste-wise they're going to have. Maybe Tide Urza Saga can do the trick against you, but that's the case. Now, little sequencing here. I don't need all these Norns. I don't need this many Mommas. Cut your losses first so I can kill my current Norn on board, get double CYL, and go to town there. And then just get her to hit the board, and then she'll be bulletproof again. And we go from there. Boom. Kill her. Get more mommies. And then she's going to be just as big as she was a second ago, frankly. And it goes. You know, we're drawn, doing damage, shooting face. Now that she's bulletproof, I can use a second one if I ever get a second one of Cut Your Losses, which I think this is. I can hit my own dude. I hit her. Not Sten. Get there. And that just helps me keep my loyalty high, so if I want to use my secondary ability, I can. It goes into 12 mode there, and they're going to do some double strike attack at my boys here. But it doesn't matter because look at how big Mom is. Mom's got a big old booty. She got them mama jeans on. Let's go. Didn't kill him. And let's see, we're going to go ahead and use our secondary ability, attack him with it. So it does a little bit of damage, just enough to kill him. But we draw 3 cards, get another Cut Your Losses. Cool, that's great. And yeah, we can just start building our board back here now. There we go. That's a triple threat right there. Boom. We don't shoot him because we want him on the board just to do some more stuff. Danitha, though, however, we do want to go ahead and get Ossification back out on the board just to do it. just to have it, just to keep that board title high and hard. So I'm going to go ahead and kill Rob. I'm going to do Rob the Archives to my Danitha here, because that's cool. And we get that creature to 10, and now we can swing for game. This is missing, it's control, but we're missing some type of end game. I would have liked to have ended this 2 turns earlier. I don't like it taking as long as it did, but that is a peasant build. Let me show you another build. All right, nerds, here's my mythic build. Let's get into it. So we're going to start off with Elesh Norn, momma. Atraxa Grand Unifier. If you haven't already played with this or gotten this or chased this is absolutely a chase-worthy card. I just haven't figured out quite how to break it just yet. We're also going to be using Healer of the Pride as kind of our mana gain for this, in addition to Atraxa. Also some haste so that we can do the things against all odds. We can reset them, as you've already seen. This is another engine with Encroaching Mycosynth. It essentially turns everything on the board, everything in the exile, everything in the yard, into artifacts. Why is that important? Because we're going to use Brilliant Restoration to bring all the facts back from the yard. And then we're going to use Time Reversal to get everything in the yard in the first place. And then Cut Your Losses, of course, and Rite of Flame for some mana gain. There's the picture of the deck. Click, click. This is not optimal just yet. I've experimented with several different things with it. But I keep coming back to this. It's just, man, I wish Norn didn't do what she did. I just wish she didn't do what she did, but let's go. It's a beanie day today. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're actually going to hold back Healer of the Pride. Oh, there's a 5 swap. Let's do that. Here. Okay, so we've got that on the board now. Got our first ability that we don't really use. Okay, there's Atraxa. That's what we want. Let's actually do this since we're at full life right now. Let's see if we can boom. That's a heck of a swap right there, man. Well done. And I got an extra swap, so let's take it. Let's take it and run. For reals, man, you're not going to give me any mana. No in-color swaps. I got to try to risk it for the biscuit. No biscuit was had that day. But I do have my secondary ability, so if I draw something, anything really, I'm gonna sack it and go. There it is. We'll take another healer. And we will do that. Boom, boom, boom. We're going to use Microsynth. We're going to go ahead and do this. Yes, we're going to connect the whites as much as we can. Hopefully we get a match. Oh, I'm not at full life. I'm not at full health. Now I'm at full health. Lame. All right, so here we should be able to go. Let's go ahead and mute this other one down. Let's go here. Boom. Back to full health. We should get some mana conversion. All right. We have Atraxa running the gambit. Do a little defense. Keeping them from getting their tokies. All right, let's go. Now we're just waiting on Mom.
Mom! Mommy! Mama! Ma! Mama!
There's Brilliant Restoration. Let's go ahead and wheel the hand. Shall we? Let's wheel the hand. I will actually even use Rite of Flame to wheel the hand. And don't match any blue. You want to avoid matching blue because you need the blue on the board. So let's go red. Boom. All right, that gets that cast. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 blue. Typically you want to have like 9 blue on the board for that very reason, for Cut Your Losses to be able to get triggered. But it's not going to. It's only going to have 8. We do have this, so we will, again, we're going to get him out, but because we have the haste on the board, boom, boom, bang, bang, here we go. Also, we trigger her, and we can do it again. Let's do it again. Our hand's full, right? So let's go ahead and get some stuff cast. We get the creatures hit the board. She winds up getting us the mana conversion. He gets all of the hasties. He's got the bulletproof, so we can actually target him with our Cut Your Losses. Bang, bang. More fun. We can do it again. Yes, sir, because we want all the things. We like all the nice things. See the engine? You see how this works? You get the picture? You laughing now? All right, so continuing on. Mom's out.
Mama! What?
So now we can start to do the other things that happen. Let's get another unifier. Come on, uni. Tracks of the uni. So I'm measuring loops by 2 loop timers. So we're going to say no. Let's see if we can get this to go a second time. But if it goes a second time, I consider that a loop. What do you guys think? At least 2 loop timers, and that's considered a loop? Let's see. We got our cards drawn. We got another mom. We got some white conversion. Another card comes out. Oh, it didn't match. Oh well, it's not a loop. So yeah, it's pseudo loops, it's semi loops. It almost could have done a secondary loop, but it did not loop. All right, so now we don't have our Flame Shadow Conjuring. So we do want that. We also want Against All Odds back on the board. All right, so my thing in here. I want to get Against All Odds out. I want to dip my Atraxa. So she takes that emblem off. Boom. Gets the draw. Gets the mana. Gets the time reversal. Draws all the cards, and we'll see how much blue mana we have. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think we have 9. So we can do the thing. It is 9. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do it again with Atraxa. Get 3 more cards. Get some mana conversion. Just not enough, man. Come on, bruh. All right, there's that. We get the blue conversion. I can. Oh, we don't have the hasties on board. Yeah, I'm gonna tap Mom. All right. And let's see. Now we have our stuff out. Now we've cast the things. All the creatures are coming out. And this is why it's a little okay to kill some of the creatures you have on board if you don't have bulletproof. And the reason for that is because when you cast the white card that brings all the artifacts back, then you get all the conversions and everything start to happen. I have noticed, Oktagon, a couple things here. Not all of the cards that are in the yard come back to the board. There's one loop. We're going to say no. I don't think we'll get a secondary one. Oh, actually, I don't know. We got him. He's getting a duplicate, so he's actually cast. Mom brings him back to the yard. We get another one. We just didn't get enough conversion. Doggy, man. All right, and we didn't get enough for an OTK. So it kind of, it has synergy. Let's just put it that way. It's not a looping deck. It has synergy. It can loop from time to time, but for the most part, it's not. There's some other cards I would recommend with it that would actually loop a little bit better, but that's the game. You see how it works there. Let me give my final thoughts on... So Elesh Norn, Mother of Machines, is she chaseable? She's a fun card, but unfortunately, alas, she's not, at this stage, completely breakable, unless there's a creature or a support, really, that says when a card enters play, it's bounced automatically. That would be great, and that would eliminate the emblem. So another thing maybe worth testing would be like Jaleva, who throws a bunch of things into the exile, and use some way to bring those things back from exile into the graveyard. Nerd Herd, do we have anything like that? Like something that brings everything from the exile into our graveyard? Let me know in the chat below. Another thing too is Savior of Oldenbach. You can wind up doing that. But that's a slower combo, and that's a really control build if you really want to focus on that. The other one is Soul Herder. You can use him to actually take your creature off the board, but then you don't get that creature back till the end of turn, so it's not quite as synergized as I would like. It feels like there's just enough to almost break it, but we're not quite there yet. Maybe Mom, March of Machines, will bring us enough exile that we can actually take full advantage of her shenanigans. With that said, she's a super fun card. When you get the combos to go, you feel all powerful. But just like her at the end of March of the Machines, alas, she is undone by any kind of simple removal or anything that winds up dealing with the graveyard or that nature. So what do you guys think? Do you have some ways to go build for it? I have so many different variations and builds and things that I've tested that I'll be putting in the Discord as far as how I've built her, what I've tested, what works and what doesn't. And if you're not in the Discord, bro, what are you doing? Join me. Come on, come hang out. We do fun puzzle quest things. We talk nerd culture. We talk nerd stuff. It's the funnest gig. You should hang out with us, bro. We're cool, bro. We're cool. Come hang out with us. And we can actually go over all kinds of different deck tips.
Hey now.
We can show you different features, and we have some of the world's best players of this game hanging out, being super chill in my Discord. There's a link in the bottom. Click it, get there, and I'll hang out with you. Also, hit a man up. This brother's trying to get to 1,000 subs. Help a bro out. All right, with that said, my friends, I appreciate you. You could have been anywhere in the world to spend this time with me here. It is truly appreciated. You are an absolute stud. If you're watching this outro, if you haven't noticed, I started to put stuff on the back end of the video, like little outros and whatnot. Check them out. They're kind of funny. Well, hey, they're dad jokes at the very minimum. With that said, I appreciate you. You could have been anywhere in the world. You should spend this time with me here. You are a real one because you're here towards the very end. And as always, my friend, I salute you. And until our next quest, my friend. The other day I was driving down the road and there was this bridge that they had it closed off, and it's been really bothering me ever since then. I just my wife asked me why I was so upset. I said I just couldn't get over it. Anyways,